Okay, so that was it. We just kind of looked around a little bit here, and we'll look over here behind me to my left. Is the guy that runs this place, and it's kind of in a bad spot. So let me get going here, and I'll fill you in. Okay, well, I was ready to go. I was just going to bring you guys in and get going, but my helmet camera wouldn't record, and it doesn't have any kind of problem codes or any information. It just says recording on, recording off. And it's up to you to figure out why it won't go. And having been in the computer field for quite a while, it was a fairly clear path to troubleshoot that. I just changed out the SD card, and voila, now it's recording. Hopefully you're getting audio. Hopefully everything's working, because like I said, they have no information on this thing to let you know if anything is or isn't working other than the standard prompts. So with luck, it's not lying to me, it's actually recording, and you're hearing me. The overhead, the 360, you might have noticed there's something else going on my head. And you're right, there's something new up there. That's my brake-free helmet-mounted brake light. It doesn't just work with the brake lights on your bike. It uses its own internal accelerometer and etc. to detect braking events, including when you just let off. And it is just after 9 and it's already getting warm, so I may end up having to pull the liner out of here. I brought my Robbie Layton hoodie in case it was too cold, and I don't think that's going to be a problem, but we won't know till we get going, because sitting in your gear is a whole different thing. But anyway, we're going to give this brake light a test. I had a couple other things I was hoping to test today, but some people are much more interested in selling you stuff than actually getting it to you once you buy it. So while this arrived days ago, the stuff I ordered 2 days before I ordered this is still sitting at the manufacturer or seller or whoever, waiting for the shipping to pick it up. At least that's what it says on the tracking information. So anyway, we're just going to give the brake light a test run today. So we're going to start off at a familiar place. We're heading back to Power Sports on the way out. I'm going to have to stop at Napa Vine down by the freeway and get gas. And I don't know, you may have noticed a couple of times in the last videos, if you've watched them, that when I put on these gloves, I have a harder time with the friction zone, and that's because even though I replaced these after I lost weight, these are the oldest of my gloves from after I lost all the weight, and I hadn't lost it all yet apparently, because they're really big on my hand. So I'm going to go to Power Sports on the way out and see if I can find something that fits a little better. See, that's one place where the gloves being loose is a pain. I actually have to hook the lever between these two fingers and move them together. That's the only way I can keep it from slipping on the lever. Little local history. This is Boisfort, and that name somehow was derived from the original name of Bafa. Not sure of the whole history on that, but if you look here, you'll see Boisfort, Lewis County, Fire District 13, and then Bafog Range. And the reason those are different, like I said, the Boisfort is it was derived from Bafa, or that's how that was originally pronounced, or I'm not really sure exactly. But it's not a budding metropolis or anything. This is pretty much it. The little store back there where we turned, and then this is a historical site. They've grown hops here in the past for one of the big breweries, or several of them. I'm not really sure who all they grew them for, but it's actually a historic site. Stella Farm. This is an organic farm. I'm not sure what they grow. These bushes here grow some kind of berries, I believe, but I'm not a horticulturist. I don't really know all the plants just by looking at the bush, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that could watch this and go, oh, that's X bush. Not me. Yeah, see, this is where that deer jumped over, right here. It came out there and jumped and landed right there as we drove under it. And, yeah, that was pretty spectacular. I wish I'd had a dash cam then. Interesting to see. I won't know till I edit the footage whether this brake thing is working as intended. That it's meant to, like, here, if I accelerate up here a little and then if I let off, it should have given a brake, or if I brake, it should give it a brake light. If you've ever seen the Alaska campers, they're built right up here. Alaskan right there. That's where they build those campers. Ooh, I can breathe. Well, you're not too bug covered. Hopefully. Okay. Let's see where we're at here. Ooh, we're almost dead on the battery. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut you guys off, and then I'll change the battery and stuff on the way out. Okay, so here we are at the buried A-frame. You can see that over there. Doesn't look like the gift shop and stuff's open, so it's just going to be kind of a quick stop here. Got this nice old case tractor here. Not sure why there's a cop car here, but kind of a neat old thing here. So there's the interpretive center and visitor gift shop and stuff, but it's, like I said, it's closed. So now, when I was actually younger, you could go inside this. It's been quite a while since they closed it off, but somewhere buried in my pictures, I have pictures when I was a kid from inside this building. If you don't know the story, they built this. They had just finished constructing it when the mountain erupted. They never actually got to live in it. Oh, look, there's a little nest on that light fixture there. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Up there right at the peak of the windows, there's a nest with a couple of birds sitting there looking. Pretty little birds. I'm not sure what kind of birds those are, but and these are new. Like I said, I don't remember these being here last time I was here. There's an info thing over there, but just on a guess, I'm thinking these are probably recovered from the blast zone. The Coronet 500 right there. There's a short bay. That's like Shorty over there, but it's the one body style older. It's like a 75, 76. 10 miles northwest of the mountain was that Dodge. The little Chevy Love over there was 12 miles west of the mountain when it erupted. 3 is this Coronet. It's a 69 Coronet. Less than 4 miles west of the volcano's summit. And the logging truck there, number 4. It doesn't say exactly where it was, but west of the mountain, it was blown apart. That was the only part of the truck they found. So, I'm not sure when that interpretive center is open. I kind of figured it would be open by now, but so. There's Bigfoot. That guy's been there as long as I can remember. Coming up here as a kid, that was always how we knew when we were here. So here's what I was talking about on the ride. All of this blue was deforested. All of the white was completely eradicated, seared. And this was the pyroclastic flow. And then the mud flows were in the rivers. And if you go on satellite view, you can actually see in this river all the way down to where it joins the Cowlitz, and then beyond the ash. It flowed like mud down the rivers. And you could still see it in the overhead, the satellite views. The bottom of the river is completely covered in that ash. I'm not sure what the Humvee's here for either. So there's the figure. So the mud flow is 5 feet deep. And the consistency of wet cement traveling 35 miles an hour. So this was the original. I don't know how well that's going to show up, but it's not really clear anymore in person either. So this is the construction of this Bigfoot feller here. Apparently there was originally another one here that Hey kitty cat, how are you? Hi, you want to come say hello? You want to be YouTube famous? Well, you can be on YouTube. Hi. Oh. What's the matter? Did you come to see the interpretive center and it's closed? Yeah. So I'm not sure where. Oh, that's this one here. This house. Before and after, I guess. I'm not really sure here. Oh, yeah. You are a friendly cat. I wish my kitties were friendly like you. They're kind of mean. So I guess that's about all there is to do and see here today with the gift shop closed. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up and then get back on the bike. We'll head up and see what there is. I don't know what's up ahead because, like I said, the road's closed due to that mudslide, and it looked like on the sign back there that all the visitor centers are closed. So we'll go see what we can see and kind of play it by ear. So I'll bring you back once we're all ready to get going again. That was it. We just kind of looked around a little bit here, and we'll look over here behind me to my left is the guy that runs this place, and it's kind of in a bad spot. So let me get going here and I'll fill you in. Okay, so as it turns out, somewhere along the line when I had my helmet hanging on my bag, I must have bumped the button and switched it to the totally useless external microphone on the camera. So I lost all my helmet input for the audio. So what I was going to talk about, and what I talked about but you didn't get to hear on the original audio, is a couple of years ago up here on the highway, as you'll see later in the video, there was a slide and they closed part of the highway. But that part of the highway is the very last bit of it. The problem is the state of Washington has not done a very good job of telling people where that closure is, and it's left a lot of the locals and a lot of out-of-state visitors under the impression that there's just nothing you can do on Mount St. Helens, so they don't go. And what that's doing is all these businesses along from Castle Rock all the way up have seen a huge drop in business. And some of the small businesses, like the gift shop center here at the Buried A-Frame, they're on the brink of closing after 40 years of successful business because
people don't know that they're still open. And that's in large part due to bad information from the state. If you look online, if you look at the signs on the highway, the freeway, all the way back to Castle Rock where you get off of I-5, it's all implying that there's nothing to do on the mountain. It's all closed, go home, and that's simply not the case. The one visitor center that's closed, they have a temporary new location at one of the other visitor centers, and I'm not going there on this particular video because it's a paid center and it wasn't open yet. This video was recorded on the 6th, and all that stuff I found on my trip up here was opening on the 17th. So it's all open now, but it wasn't when I came up. So that's the only thing that you can't get to, is there's a viewpoint in that visitor center, but the things that you could do at that visitor center you can now do at a different one. So it's very limited on what is not available right now. But the impression that you get if you look at the information, and I actually looked it up before I went up the mountain, and I wasn't clear. I didn't know if I was going to get to the A-frame, and then from there on it was closed. So I can personally attest that the information is very vague. But these people they're drowning. They're barely making enough to just pay the bills. They're not getting any income. They're struggling and on the brink of closing because people just aren't coming. And that's, like I said, that's in large part due to the state not making sure their information is clear. But the mountain is open, as you'll see. Unfortunately, during the rides, all the talking that I did and showing stuff, pointing things out, unfortunately is all gone. But on the bright side, that where I did stop at the different places, I was not using the helmet audio. So what there is available will make it in here, as you just saw from this A-frame. But otherwise, during the rides, it's just going to be music, which is probably preferable. So I just had to include this because this was an important thing, an important part of the video, and unfortunately, it didn't get in there because of the helmet audio not recording. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking now, close this out, and let you get back to some relaxing music, whatever I end up finding for you. So thanks for watching. Back to the video.
Okay, so they're not open inside with the exhibits here at the visitor center till the 17th. So May 17th, you can come up here and check out the visitor center, check out their exhibits. The gift shop is open. Thankfully, I was able to get some water and use the restroom and take a break, stretch my legs, all that good stuff, even though I was just at the buried A-frame. Out here they have an observation center up there. I'm not going to go up there because I wouldn't be able to see anything out here any better with this camera than I can from down here. So it's not worth it for me, but there are telescopes up there for your viewing pleasure. I have binoculars with me if I want to use them. So here's the river. Like I said, I don't know how well you could see it from the bike, but you can see the mud showing out through there. There's the mountain up. So when it erupted, the mud just washed right down here, right through where we were at the buried A-frame, and down all the way through Castle Rock. Like I was saying on the road, there's plenty to do up here still. You can get almost to the top, so there's no reason to just say, oh, you can't get anywhere, so stay home. So these places are struggling because people aren't coming because they think they can't get to anything because the road's closed. So you can get to a lot of stuff still. So, and definitely worth it, especially if you've never been up here, never seen the mountain in person. They have the videos here going. Even in the gift shop, you can buy them and take them with you, so you can always watch them, show them to your friends and family at home, and whatever. Lots of books and information on the ecology in the area and the effects of the volcano. There's a little playground over there too. I don't know if you could see it past the building. So there's plenty of places along the way to stop and have a picnic with the kids and get out and see stuff. So definitely worth coming. So they got this little statue over here. Just want to come get this, and then we'll wrap it up and then get back on the road here. There he is. So yeah, and there's that playground over there. So yeah, this is like I said, the visitor center will be open 17th. And then there's also, I don't know if you can make this out over there. Okay, well, the battery died on the audio, so I don't know how much of that you'll be able to even hear. But over there, there's a forest learning trail. It's a path in the little walking trail with some educational stops and stuff along the way. So I got to put new batteries in the audio recorder here, and then I'll get everything loaded back up and we'll get going. Let's see what we got going on back here. Oh, I can't freaking see. There we are. I know I'm shading you guys, but I have to do that to see the battery indicator on the picture. So we're still at half. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to pause everything, take a break. I'll bring you back, maybe check out over here. So So we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, well, I had a little bit of a break. Took a minute, had a snack, drank some water. Some beauties right over there. So this is a little trail. Goes up in there. I'm not going to go all the way up there, but there's a little spot here I wanted to check out. So hopefully this audio is picking up better. I changed some of the settings. I tried it before, but it looked like it wasn't going to work. Then when I was reviewing, I found the file where I was testing it, and it sounded a lot better. So I went ahead and changed it, and hopefully that stands true. So here's this nice little river inlet here. I don't know how well this shows up on the camera. It is crystal clear. Looks like it's probably about 5 feet deep right there, and you can see all the way down to the pebbles in the bottom. Just gorgeous. There's the lake out there. Little piece of some sort of fruit pit or something. Looks like somebody on a little floaty boat or something there. So this is pretty much it for now. I'm not sure where that temporary visitor center thing is. It could be at the one that we didn't stop at, but that's a paid visitor center. They have a lot of stuff in there, and it is a neat place. I'm not sure if it's open. The sign said it wasn't back on the road, but looks like I'm just a little bit early. The middle of this month seems to be when everything's going to be opening up. So if you come, you'll probably be closer to that than I am by the time this gets online. So it's the 6th today. So 11 days, a little less than 2 weeks. So by the time this goes online, probably about a week or so. Oops. So there's my alarm. I already took my meds, so I'm good. So like restrooms over there and picnic tables and stuff here, and then like I said, there's the Birth of a Lake trail. I'm guessing they've got like information boards and stuff like this along that. Let's see what it says. Okay, so there's the boat launch over there. We're here. So you can go out here, and then there's another trail that's more difficult. So it's a 1/4 mile each. So 1/2 mile. So I'm guessing there's more of these with more info along the way. See if there's anything interesting on this. Okay, here we are. Okay, so here's Spirit Lake. This is Cold Water Lake. So we're here. Johnston Ridge is up here, and that rock slide or mudslide or whatever is like right up here. So to reiterate what we were saying earlier, you can come all the way up, and then it's just this last little bit right here that's closed. That gate that we turned around at's right here, so you can't get to that, but that's the only things up here is this viewpoint and the observation. So if you're putting off, no, we don't need to go because it's closed, it's not. It's this. I mean, the rest of this is all available all the way back to Castle Rock here. This is the highway. This is what's closed. Like, right there. So as you can see, all of this is still open. So that notion that all of this is closed, there's nothing to see or do up here that's killing all these places, it's totally not the case at all. So we're going to go ahead and just get back on, probably head back through Castle Rock, get gas and stuff in Castle Rock, and then head home. By then those batteries should be charged. This one's about half, it says, but I'm just going to go ahead and change it. That'll give us an hour and a half. I should be able to get to Castle Rock in that. And by then those ones will be charged so I can change it out. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down, get you guys back on here, get everything back on, get mounted up, and then we'll head out. I'll bring you back when we're getting ready to roll. So see you then. So that was Mount St. Helens. Everything's going good. I've got the stand coming, the center stand. Like I said earlier, you can see a few bugs, sure. Determined to get in there and build a nest in my truck, but yeah, so everything working pretty good. I think we're getting dialed in. Get that center stand. There's back again. Just go somewhere else, dude. Stupid. Pop that open and see if it built one in there already. Well, yeah, like I was saying, I think everything's just about dialed in for our trip in July. I'm gonna have to adjust the chain. That's just a normal thing every 600-800 miles, somewhere in there. You adjust out the slack. Bags are doing good. The rack hasn't shifted or moved at all since I put it on here, so I have to throw the bag on just to try it with the bag on there. This has really been good. The Wind Rider seat cover, and add some extra padding, and days like today it's nice you get the airflow through there, and in the rain it just lets all the water through. But I think that'll do it for today. I'm just going to get everything put away, get in, and get through the process of downloading everything onto the computer. Doesn't take quite so long with this computer. Yeah, so like I was saying, I'll get in, get everything downloaded, and I'm not sure exactly when this video will be up, but we'll get it there. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and let everybody you know Mount St. Helens is open, even though the road is closed at the end. You know, there's businesses, like I said, that's been out there doing this for 40 years, and they're looking at closing because the state has people confused as to whether they can get there or not. So yes, you can get up there, you can do almost everything you normally could. So yeah, get up there and check it out if you can. It's definitely worth it, and hopefully you enjoyed what we did today on the video, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.